that's why. But this right here is something different. I'm not sure why this is not staying on. And I know what I'm going to have to do. You know what I'm going to have to do?
What you gonna have to do?
I got to adjust like only I know how to adjust.
There you go.
Give me 1 second. We're going to get this thing done. Get it done. I ain't about to be... One thing my mama told me, man, if you can't pivot,
what gets in the way becomes the way.
you know, you can't pivot. You don't know how to get yourself and maneuver out of a situation with quickness. You're going to become fooled.
That's it.
She was up in, she went to one of the Bills game the other day.
You know what? I was sitting here looking at that and I was saying, it just looked like it should just unfold all the way and sprout out.
Oh, yeah. But I had to put it towards where the camera was.
Okay, got you. So see, this is what I'm scared of, trying to learn all of this stuff, Rick.
Listen, you watching me, you gonna be like, oh yeah.
I just want the simplest, easiest way though, Rick, because I'm not a computer head at all.
Since you don't want to act right, we gonna make it do what it do, baby. And that light. Bang. Okay. I got some of the other parts, so we're gonna be good. It's just what it is.
So who do the editing and all that?
Me. See, I gotta do everything. Everything on me. Everything on me. We're gonna start it right from the top.
Okay.
All right. So, when
Should I be looking at the camera?
yeah. All right. So check it out. So we can get this thing rolling. Going back to the intro. This is Ricky. It's Culture Business Podcast. We are here with Sunshine to talk about her book, It's Okay, Order in the Kingdom. And we were in all of these edits talking about Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne and where you from and all of that stuff. So just so you know, if you see a little clip in the edit, that's what it is. But anyways, I want to, before we get to your book and before we get into anything, you said that you were from Georgia. You're Georgia Peach. You were from an area in which Outkast, TLC.
Outkast is, from what I understand, Outkast is from the South Side. When I say Georgia, I mean this red clay, because I'm technically from Decatur.
Okay.
You got Atlanta and Decatur, and it's kind of all just kind of blurred in.
Why is that though? And then why is it so far apart from every freaking thing?
Well, here's the thing though. I'm right on the cuff because Kurtwood, and actually where I'm living now, off of Boulder Crest, most people would say Ellenwood or Decatur, but my zip code is Atlanta.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where I grew up. I went to school actually in Atlanta because I went to Druid Hills, and Druid Hills is Atlanta.
Now, is that like the most popular school in Atlanta?
That is the school that when your parents was right in that transition where we're trying to do better for our children, so the M, the charter.
Okay.
So we didn't have to go to school in the hood that we were from. Your mom just had to put a little more elbow grease in to get you out of the hood. So
Okay.
my mom did her best efforts to get me out of the hood. I actually went to it wasn't predominantly white.
Okay.
It's a very healthy mixed demographic.
Now, did you stay in that school from kindergarten all the way up to high school?
Kindergarten to 7th grade, I went to Briar Vista, and we would have 3 whites, 3 blacks, 3 Asians, 3 Africans, 3 Caucasians. It was a healthy mix.
Okay.
Everything was there.
Gotcha.
Which is better for PTA purposes and when the school's trying to get sponsorships and get the attention that they need to have a better education. You know, you need too much of anything is going to be a problem.
Right.
Too many whites is a problem. Too many blacks is a problem. But if you mix it and it's healthy.
Gotcha.
So the demographics were very healthy.
Okay, so you now going from kindergarten to 7th grade, you got a chance to see difference from your
Different
cultures.
Yeah.
But one of the things I want to ask you, because I've had this experience, I went to a predominantly in kindergarten all black school, and then when I went to high school, it was all white.
So you had a culture shock.
Completely. So what I want to say is, when you went from that transition, you were able to see like moms, dads in the homes. You had friends. Did you have any white friends or other race?
My best friends were. I had black, white. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say something. I'm scared to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I didn't even start dating black guys until I got older.
Word?
Yeah.
And
just being honest, I'm grateful for that, because once I figured out how y'all were built, I needed to be older.
Oh shit!
Edit that out.
No, ain't no edit that.
So yeah, once I'm grateful that because y'all. I mean, and I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't have that many bodies enough to say and make it a fact. My journey, my experience.
Yeah.
Okay, my experience. I'm happy that I did not have a lot of melanin in my diet, because it would have sidetracked me. It would have derailed me.
Okay.
I love men. And I love black men.
Okay.
And I love the anatomy of black men.
Let me ask you a question. You look like exotic black. Are you mixed with anything?
I am mixed with nigga and nigga. No, I'm just kidding. No, I am black.
So your mom black, dad black.
My mom,
Okay. All right.
Grady Holmes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had the experience with white boys, Spanish boys.
My baby daddy's actually Spanish.
Good for you. Spanish, man.
Yeah. Little poquito.
Little poquito. So having that, and then now transitioning to, you would say 8th grade, 9th grade would be 13?
Well, my high school, I didn't go to middle school. I went straight to high school. My high school started at 8th grade, from 8th grade to 12th grade.
Oh, okay. Oof.
And it was just as healthy because it was right around the street. It was in the Emory area.
Okay.
It's really kind of it was back then considered a very sedity area.
It's not anymore?
A lot of us have migrated and found out about the turf. So you know how when we found out about the turf,
right,
we taking over.
Right.
Well, yeah, we did that.
So
it went through a transition. Emory is Emory. And that's the neighborhood. That's the community.
Right.
So for most people that's from Atlanta and not from Atlanta, when you say Emory, you don't have to go into a lot of details.
Right.
Emory is Emory.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did the Emory area, Druid Hills area, from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade.
So it still was basically, I gotta turn this down. This is going to
You know that says something over there on the screen.
Oh, Lord Jesus. We not even gonna worry about that right now. I think it's still there though.
Do you need a charger?
It's not my day. Don't worry. All of this could be edited. I ain't have to worry about that. I want to keep it going. I can't stop. No lie. When you, and this is the part about podcasting, when you try to make sure you have a backup plan and you think the backup plan is the backup plan, you got to have a C backup plan. So basically, the phone that I have another phone, and so if I'm going to record on the phone, I would use that phone. There's no space on this phone, so then you got to go and do all of the nonsense and the rigmarole. But what I want to do is I'm going to record on the audio because time is oppressing.
Okay.
And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put what I have up there so that people can see.
It works. I was getting nervous looking over it. I'm trying to make sure.
No, because yeah. And again, if she was here, that's less problem.
This is a man's world.
But a woman runs it.
Okay.
I know that. I ain't got no problem with that either. Some men have a problem with that. I don't know why, but we won't get it. I'm gonna keep it on you. So, 8th grade, you still had the chemistry with going with.
I just didn't see. Group. I just didn't judge. You can't. I'm not one of those people that you can say, "Oh, she has a type."
Okay.
Because I've dated a 400-pounder. I've dated somebody that may weigh 115 pounds. I've dated black, white, Canadian.
But at that time, though,
if you were confident enough to approach me, and I don't say this to blow steam or none of that. But I've been told I'm not the most. I don't give you the go. You don't look at me and get the green light. Some people take my time. Oh, I thought you was gonna be like this. So I get judged a lot of times because I started getting tattoos even at 14. So I didn't have this many, but I was tatted.
Right.
And I always like to put my clothes on. So I was not green. You couldn't just. I talked to Kim. I talked to Kiki. I talked to this. So let me just run up on Sousearah. No, you didn't do that.
Now, that's a good thing. Pronounce your name, because I say Sunshine because you always say Sunshine. But I remember you saying that your real name before. Say that again.
It's really Sousearah.
Okay. What's the meaning?
French. It means beautiful morning star.
Oh, my God.
But here, we have a more relaxed tongue. So everybody say Sousearah.
Okay.
But my grandmama said, "You're going to be my sunshine."
And that's what.
I've been sunshine for 3 years.
So, the point I'm trying to get to, and part of the book, okay, which we talked about, just for people to understand, I'm going to read the book.
Please.
I'm going to.
Please.
But from what you told me and why you wrote the book, we're going to get into it. And I think it plays a part about even what we talked about with the hip hop artist that I mentioned to you, why I would choose him over that particular person.
And I respect that. I respect that.
And you're going to see in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I got a good one for you. Amazon Prime has a whole concert. And you'll see why.
Okay.
Trust me.
Well, I'm going to say this. I am not closed-minded.
Mm-hmm. I know you're not.
So I'm looking forward to this shift of my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I love to be edified. So I'm game.
And again, Wayne will get his time, but I think from what you've seen from May of 2023 until now, that person deserves it.
And that's interesting. I'm gonna leave it alone because it's so many people that love this one, they love that one. So I won't go too harsh with my opinion. Like I said, I like to be a sponge. I want somebody to put me on, show me who I need to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Show me what I missed.
Right.
Okay, so for that, I'm gonna give that space to say I'm very interested in what you're so confident in.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna speak. Another thing, when you are confident, like you said,
okay,
the approach, you're going to speak as if it is.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. So, you wrote this book and you had a reason why you wrote it, because you started out doing certain things. When did that start? And that certain things was
smoking weed, drinking alcohol.
At what age?
Obsessing with porn.
At what age?
I started smoking weed at 14.
And now this is not hard. This is easy. For me, I don't think weed is easy to get in when we were coming up, though. It's easy to get now.
I'm Sousearah. If I want it, I get it.
Okay.
But and like I said, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm serious. I was that girl that I'm out there on the block with the guys. I wasn't sexually active.
Okay.
But I was one of those that was not afraid of anything. The guys fighting, I'm going with them. They thought they playing football today, I'm going with them.
Okay.
They smoking weed, pass it to me. So that's how that started. Cause I'm really a tomboy, even now.
Okay.
Like I told my dude, if we make it to that point, if that's what God has in store for us, which I'm praying, I love Him, I won't go into any details like that, but I will have on tennis shoes under my wedding dress. It won't be, because I model. It's not that I can't walk. I'm a beast on the catwalk. I did it for years, but I just don't have I don't have a desire to do that. Like I'm so
you just want to go to the Justice of Peace and get it done.
No, I want an amazing.
Oh, you want to oh, okay, I got you.
But my feet are gonna be in some sneakers.
Okay.
Something clean, something probably customized.
Well, I can see that.
They would be chic.
Yes.
But
I can see that.
It would not be something that is messing up my spine. No.
I got you. So, 14, drugs, alcohol. Who introduced it?
I think curiosity. Just kind of like, oh, that's what y'all doing. That's why everybody laughing. That's why you joning. That's why you rapping like that. Let me try it.
So
now, I wasn't drinking alcohol at 14.
Okay.
Alcohol came later.
Okay.
And some people say weed is a gateway. I would never say that because I don't feel like it gatewayed me to that. It was other things and other levels of curiosity and other environments that kind of introduced alcohol. Because I was good with weed.
Okay.
It was just like, oh, okay, well, it was like a liquid courage when I tried alcohol.
Oh.
It was like once I had that oil in my system, there was nothing that I could not do. So,
okay.
Yeah, I got addicted to that numbness, like nothing can stop.
When did you start alcohol?
18.
Okay. 18. Now you graduated high school already by then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not do any alcohol in high school. It was just, and it wasn't even weed every day. It didn't become an addiction until maybe about 20, when I started, really recording in the studios all the time. Because, that's what everybody doing.
Yeah. Now, you say recording. Now, what you were recording music, like singing or rapping?
I have actually about 8 albums completed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, are they out on DSPs? Or are they
they're because I could not trust every studio house that I was working with. So some are leaked here, some are here. I started out ghostwriting.
Okay.
So they weren't all leaked on a platform that I would benefit from.
Okay.
So that's why I don't really promote it like that. But a lot of the music that I have, like I have almost 4 or 5 completed albums that I intentionally did and just have not released.
Wow.
Yeah. But I wasn't saved then. So some of the stuff that I was saying then as an outlet, I don't really feel aligned to in this season. So it would make me a hypocrite.
Well, that doesn't make you a hypocrite.
You don't think so?
And here's why. Because you said something earlier before we were recording, which prompted me to be like, oh, wait, we about to get to it. Just because you talked about this at that particular juncture, that was who you were then. Okay. And then also you got to understand, we grow. And so once we grow and we say that we're saved, we still going to teach people. Because there's people that's coming up that need to hear that is going through that in their season. So even though you feel like Jay-Z is not who he's saying he was, in that particular moment, he a billionaire now. He don't even think like that. When you hear him rap now,
but see,
it's different.
I don't want to promote the wrong message. I don't want to be on the wrong side of the platform. I don't feel like everything that you went through necessitates a platform to be shared. Some stuff is what you went through to get you to where you are, and where you are is where you need to speak from.
Because you're private.
I am. I've learned to be a lady in the latter years.
Yeah. And that's okay, because I know a person who just don't share my house, don't share my area, my space. You have to understand that I'm where I am right now.
I have grown to respect those boundaries. They have to be respected. A healthy margin in anything is very smart. It's very mature.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that lesson at a young age.
So
I was an open book.
Gotcha.
And I still am an open book. It's just some things I don't want to share because I have two daughters, and I respect, the young ones that look up to me. So it's certain things that I don't want them to feel like, okay, well, this is okay because, Sunshine did it, or that's where Sunshine was. And I can minister to you in that department because I'm familiar with it. But that don't mean I'm going to sit and say, slap fire with you, yeah, that's where you need to be. No, I can pull you from that pit. But I don't want to get down in that pit.
Got you. Talked about you got 2 daughters.
2 daughters.
Just 2.
2.
What's the ages?
12, that's Highland, and 14, that's Hannah.
Okay. So.
And they are watching me.
14 years old. Your 14-year-old self. If you caught her smoking weed at 14, what do you say?
I would really tell her, I would be upset, but I wouldn't act like, where'd she get that from? Like, pull some of the stunts. I work in the school system now, so some of the stuff I see that the parents, the way they react to their children, knowing that they're little mini-me's, it wouldn't throw me off my rocker.
Gotcha.
I would definitely address it because it's not going to happen, and I would tell her why this is not a good choice. But I'm not finna act like I haven't been there.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got saved. I've only been sober now, approaching a year and a half.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. So my next question was, she says you did it.
I did, and this is what I learned from it, and this is why you don't have to bite the donut to know it's sweet. And if you can learn that early, it can save you so much time.
But you did. That's what
my testimony should serve as your textbook.
Yeah.
So if you learn from if you allow me to minister into those departments that I have revelation in, you don't necessarily have to go down that same dirt road.
Cool.
We can take a higher road.
Cool.
It's okay.
I know.
But if you try it, because whatever pulled you to try it, I'm not going to disown you, but I'm going to tell you why that's really not really what you want to do. And I didn't have anybody to tell me, Sonny, it's another way. My mom never smoked weed.
Okay.
So if you come to me, here I got 60-some tattoos. It's really nothing that I have not done. I used to be a dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I make really good money. And I've never showed my vagina. My conversation cost. I was a pretty girl in the club. But I always smelled good. I always had a really nice swimsuit. And I actually don't know how to do a lot of the moves that the other dancers do.
Okay.
But I'm a smooth operator.
But again, I say it like this. But your 12-year-old comes to you, she's now 18. She has a drink. She's actually drunk.
Okay.
What do you say? Because you've done it. Like, how do you, my question to you, and this is for anybody that's listening, because you wrote a book about wanting to get out of this.
Clean, right.
How do you tell someone who they probably didn't even see you in this state?
Okay.
Let's say for sake of, I want to go too far deep about asking certain questions because I'm not sure if I can ask because I didn't get that.
Ask whatever you want. If it comes to your head, let it come.
I never let my kids see me drunk. But my oldest son, he did see me. But
passed out on the street. My children have seen me take shots and take off all my clothes and walk down the street.
Oh.
My children have had to wake me up and say, "Mommy, you've had too much. Why don't you go lay down?" My children can look at a bag of weed and tell you how much that costs. My children used to remind me at 2 and 3 years old, leaving out of the store, "Mommy, you forgot your cigarette." Open book.
So they now can see that. So my whole thing is pulling this out of you and not actually asking you, but I want to put you to say it.
Okay.
Is that now that they've seen it, they got something to go off of.
And they saw, and see, that's why, and I thank God that He allowed me and gave me the grace and the space to actually be who I was in front of my children, because they're actually now witnessing this second half, this sober life, and they see how rewarding it is spiritually. They see how rewarding it is socially.
Okay.
They see how rewarding it is materialistically. They're seeing in this second half now that I'm asking God, what is it that you want me to do with the time that I have left? They're seeing and they're drawing their own contrast. I am the exact dichotomy of who I was. The exact. So they've actually come to me and said, "Mommy, somebody cut me off on the road the other day." And my oldest daughter said, "Mommy, you sure you're not getting too soft?
Ooh.
You cut me off? Oh, you cut me off. Okay, so now I'm going to follow you." I was revved up like that.
Wow. Okay. So
it was time. It was time.
Miss Harris. Miss
Harris. Yep.
Order in the Kingdom. He came to you. I know I'm skipping somewhere, but I had to get it out.
Okay.
At the ADHD.
Okay.
Order of the Kingdom. Right then and there, when was the time that he said to you, he spoke to you, it's time to change?
You know what? It was a nudge. And then it was an unction to function.
Okay.
It wasn't just it was a journey. See, success to me is not really a destination. It's a journey. It's the compilation of the holes, the HOLDS, the holes, the HOLES, and the whole thing, the WHOLE. So it's a compilation. So it took all of that. So it wasn't just one time.
Okay.
Because I've tried to stop drinking and smoking numerous times, but it wasn't until he saw that it was time. So it was still things that he wanted me to gather, learn, and experience in those intoxicated states.
Okay.
So that when he did give me my deliverance, I was able to reach back without looking down on somebody else that's still in that and say, you know what, I was in that pit.
Mm-hmm.
But now he has pulled me out of that pit. So I'm okay with getting down in the pit to talk to you. But once we finish talking, we got to get up and shower and get off this pit.
Got you.
So, you know what I'm saying? It was his timing. And
Gotcha.
you can't beat God's timing.
No, you can't. It's one of the things that I tell everybody about my journey. Sitting up at the skyline in my apartment, and I'm just like, I asked him, because I was in a state where I was done. It was gonna be done. Like life was done. Not because
What you mean done?
Like I was done with the world. Like that I
No.
was in 2000.
Well, it sounded like you weren't suicidal.
Yeah. For the moment.
But what were you doing that didn't work out that brought you to that point?
A relationship. But it wasn't.
Oh, really?
It wasn't. See, people be thinking. I hate when people think like this, but I gotta say it. People be thinking that it's because of her. It's not because of her. It was in spite of. Oh. I lost something that I thought that I needed.
Oh.
But I didn't need it. I just wanted it. And so what happened is that I was like, well, shit, if I can't have it, I'm gone. Like I don't.
You were adamant.
Yeah, and
stubborn.
And because I'm an Aries.
My mom was Aries.
So what happened to me was, one of them things where people be like, you ain't kill yourself because you ain't gonna tell nobody. You just gonna do it.
Okay. Did you try it?
No. Okay. God, that's when God was like, you wouldn't tell yourself that. You would just do it. That's what he said. I'm looking at the skyline. So I say to him, well, tell me what is next.
Wow.
And then I got on. I was already doing a podcast, but I got on every day. I'm doing it. I got on. I'm working with this artist. I do a whole album. So I know when you say it's a nudge, because it stopped me from just worrying about that to focusing on what was necessary.
Right.
And shit, to be honest with you, 5 years later, I'm here, I'm doing this. It's the same. I'm getting better at it, obviously, but it was, you don't need that. You just want it.
But what about with the revelation of when we want something so bad and he gives us that you don't need it. So now when you look back, that's the strength. Mm-hmm. That's the revelation when you look back. Because when you're in it, you're in it. You're in it to win it.
Right.
But now that when you're looking back, that's so much power.
Yeah.
Do it make you emotional just knowing that you're still here to tell about where you was?
Well, yes. But it makes me emotional to know what I have now.
Oh.
Because what I have now is more powerful. I have the strength to understand that this isn't a need. This isn't a want. This is what's just been given. He gave me this. He can easily take it back. And at the end of the day, you have to be cool with that.
Right.
Like, that's what some of these niggas...
At the end of the day, he knows. Mm-hmm. He created you. That's why I said, I love in the Bible where it says, he will give you the desires of your heart. Because before I was saved, the desires of my heart are so much different than what they are now. So when it says he'll give you the desires of your heart, it's not saying he'll give you what you're desiring before you know him. He's saying he will tell you what to desire, and then he will give you that.
Right.
Plus
more.
Plus.
He keep on and multiply. Right. And so that's just what happened. You know what I mean? And again, before I got into this relationship that I'm in now, it was a lot of damsels in distress. And he was saying, that's a damsel. That's a damsel. Right. That's a damsel. That's what you had before. No knock to her now. But you know how they say that you made an honest woman out of her? Uh-huh. Well, I could say that about her. She'll say it to you, too.
Really?
You made an honest woman out of me. Like, regardless to the fact of what we are, you can rest assured that
you did
that. But I'm on a different, and God is saying you got to accept that. I accept it. Cool. What I'm saying to people now is that he was showing me that's what you was doing. You need somebody that's equal, that's going to pull you up just as well as you're pulling them up, so but you're going to pull them up in different.
It's going to match your fill up with what you pour.
Right. But also, it's not even just that you pour. Is that you may not have what the typical person has, right?
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm choking up. You may not have that, excuse me, but what you have for this person that I'm about to bring to you, you're going to fill them up with so much what they didn't have and what they thought didn't need.
Oh, wow.
Though they didn't need. But now you giving them, and I see it every day. Some days I don't give it, but I have to go back and realize, you need to be everything that she ain't. Okay. Because she being everything that you need.
Right.
And that's what happens.
So mature.
Yeah, but you only get to that point, like you said, because I was in what I was in, and then I learned from it. But when I was 3 relationships, I'll say relationship. Never want to say relationships, because what happens is relationships are you striving to get to something as a friend or a girlfriend or boyfriend, right?
So you got this ulterior motive? You got this? No. It's that together you're striving to get to something. Okay. The girls or the men that we dated before the one that we're with now, it's just dating. It's just getting to know, like,
yeah, this, even though you want this, every time he show you who this person is and who you are.
Okay.
That person X, you can see it move on. But what he was doing was he was giving me the ability to not be an what do you call it? Oh man, a lady just told me this the other day that I used to be, which is like a feeling abandoned. Like you used to feel abandoned, so that's why you do these particular things. And I don't mean to get on me, but I'm saying about the.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, because that's what it was. It was just, my mom wasn't there, my dad wasn't there, and I feel like I got abandonment issue. So guess what? I'm gonna be stubborn.
Oh, that was your.
I'm gonna be a real Aries. Like now, I'm gonna be not just the typical stubborn person, but now I'm gonna be like, I don't want you to do that for me. I could do it on my own.
Oh.
And then now that I'm gonna do it on my own, she's going to reject, and I'm not going to be able to give her the things that I need, and by letting her do what she needs to do.
That's the one thing that God said. It is not good for that man to be alone.
Absolutely. So back to you, just about this. That's why I asked you that question. Okay. Now you fast forward 18, 20. You decided that this is what you want to do. You're going to dance. You're going to drink. You're going to do this. Getting to the point in which you wanted to write the book.
I never wanted to write a book.
Whoa.
That is a God-given assignment.
Okay.
I wanted to write music. The guy that I'm dating is actually working on his third book. So I was actually in the bank depositing some money on a Friday night, really cold night in December. And the bank was closed. The only portion of the bank that was open was the lobby. So you can come in and use the ATM outside of, not be outside at the ATM in the cold.
Okay.
You come into the lobby and go to the ATM. Well, I'm standing at the ATM depositing money. The bank is closed. From the closed portion of the bank, a man came, startled me to death, and said, "What you waiting on?" When I turned around, I said, "What are you doing in the closed bank?" I'm instantly thinking, this is finna get ugly. But I had a piece. So I didn't think, it was weird because the bank is closed. You in the bank. Mm-hmm. You coming out from the bank and then you saying something to me. You didn't say hello, knock, knock, who none of that. Just what you waiting on. So when I turned around, I said, what are you doing in the closed bank? And he said, never mind that. My name is Prophet Joseph Beatty. And God has instructed, I tell you, that you need to write the book. And I said, well, I don't write books. He said, I asked you what you do. He said, but God told me, and I just want to be obedient. And then he said, obedience is better than sacrifice. And I said, okay. At this point, I'm not even biblically sound a little bit. I love the Lord. I know about him, but I haven't done the work for myself. I haven't researched. I haven't put in none of that. So after we talked for about 10 minutes, he went back into the bank, and that was left with me. And so after that, it's like all the different situations that I would be in after that moment would fall back on write the book. I would be watching a movie, and somebody in the movie may say something about, well, just write the book. Okay. Confirmation. So I'll be standing talking to somebody about some music. Somebody would say, Sunshine, we need you to write a verse for this, so-and-so paying this, da-da-da-da. Submit a verse. And then somebody would say, you should write a book. Okay. Confirmation. But it was hitting me every turn for almost 3 months straight, just confirmation, write the book. So then one day I decided to just pray about it. And then God was telling me, I want to turn your mess into a message. Mind you, I'm not even finished with the mess. I wouldn't even call it a mess. I would call it living my best. I'm smoking the best weed. I'm drinking all the time. Everything is fast. I got cars. I had plenty cars. I'm I'm able to dress. I'm able to, spend good on my kids. We travel when we want to, not, to these far extreme places, but we would, be able to go down to the beach and have a good time. And it was nothing. So I'm not even identifying my life at this time as messy. But once he told me, the stuff that you're going through, the reason that you haven't made it into the industry on the level that you want to, because I've been into studio situations with a lot of people, and once I come from doing my verse, a lot of the guys or girls that I was on the song with, they wouldn't even come in behind me. My confidence zone is in the booth. I'm sick with it, for real. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm a rapper, and this is what I want to do. And mind you, I started writing music probably like 16 years old. So this is all I've ever done. But as I began to pray and meditate, and God was confirming, what the prophet had told me, it started making sense. Well, let me just start journaling. Let me journal what I'm going through. And I started getting really into that. And as I did it, and he was telling me, now I need you to put the weed down. And I'm like, God, okay, you pushing it. I can put the alcohol down, and I'll be able to put it down for like 2 or 3 months. But then it's like, well, you know what I'm saying? I would just slide back into it. I just kept backsliding. And then I got to a season where I said, well, God, if you would deliver me from it, if you would deliver me, I will go and tell everybody what you did for me. If you do that, I'll do that. So when he did that, and like I said, it wasn't just but it was over time. And because anything is strength. You have to go through it in order to build your endurance to do it.
Right.
And once he gave me, once I felt that final deliverance, like this got to be God. Because I'm gonna be honest, what made me know that it was God was I was able to stop smoking weed on 420. You know what 420 is?
Yeah.
So everybody called me like, Sunshine, where you at? I got this white rhino. I got all these exotic names, all this weed that typically would have me like, pull up. Everybody pull up. Da, 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 da. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm a pass. They're like, huh? So it was just that alarming. Like even my kids, it's like, okay, they had been, unfortunately, exposed to me doing a whole lot of drinking because they're studio rats. From the time they were born, I was always in the studio recording something. Okay. And so when he delivered me from that, and told me, this is what I want you to do, this is the assignment, and I started seeing the strength that he was giving me to do it, that became my desire. So it's funny how your disciplines, because at first it was a discipline that I had to put in place. Your disciplines, as you mature, will turn into your desires. And those are the desires that he's saying, I'll give you the desires of your heart. So I'll change what you think you want. And then I'm going to flood the block with you.
Right.
And that's what happened.
So now, as we coming close to the end, because I know I want to wrap up, but the porn. I like porn.
Oh, I was obsessed with porn.
I like porn.
I
don't want to tell nobody my porn.
I'm a Pornhub.
Pornhub, yes.
You know what? I like the fact that it was categories. I could just do a little this, a little that, wash my hands, take a shower, put on a fresh outfit, and just put it all behind me. And I was good. But then I'm going to tell you what really, porn, it started messing with my relationship because I don't know if I was kind of expecting some of the stuff that I was watching to take place in the bedroom. But it was a complete misalignment. It started where I'm trying to be intimate, but I'm thinking about Jake the Snake.
Jake Steve.
Mine was, I don't even want to say nothing name because I don't want to give him that hype. But I was a very advocate supporter of Pornhub.
Okay.
And mind you, I'm not married. So I'm not even supposed to be really engaging. Yeah. But when I did engage, it messed me up so bad. I couldn't focus.
Oh wow.
And it wasn't fair to who I was with because I care a lot about him. I know he cared a lot about me. So it had become a contagion. It was bad. And so, once he told me, you got to cut that out, he gave me the strength for that. Because I thought it was a safe way to, do me and not have to worry about, what somebody else could have been bringing to me. You know, so I was thinking that initially that this is the best way to do this.
Right.
And he started revealing to me, you know, I'm calling you for higher. You know, I need you to come out of that. So I don't knock anybody, because I got a lot of friends that love that site. I don't knock it. It's not for me. And if you're asking my opinion, I'm going to say, you know, no to sexual immorality.
When you get married?
Some people call me the runaway bride. I'm not, you know, I'm in a monogamous relationship. I have been in a monogamous relationship now going on 10 years.
Okay.
I care a lot about him. But if I'm fully transparent, we were both dealing with some personal issues. And I don't want to give too much of what he was dealing with, but he was dealing with some things and had reached a point where he was thinking that he was healthy enough to engage in some other things, and it brought back some past memories, and then it's, you know, 2 steps forward and it took him 2 steps backwards. So we were dealing with that. And I've been loyal because I care a lot about him, but I'm not ready to have my 30-foot trail behind me. I'm just not ready yet. And I don't want to get into anything too fast. Yeah. Because when I become that, when I take your last name, I want to say yes to everything that come with it, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor. I'm not at that point yet because I'm still healing from my own stuff. Okay. So
you don't want to get divorced?
Huh?
So you don't want to get divorced? That's why?
Yeah, I don't want to jump in. And if you jump in before you're ready, inevitably, it's gonna end in divorce. Because I'm not one that's gonna really stay in something feeling stuck.
Okay.
I know that God gonna give me a way out. But I don't want to look at marriage like that. I want to look at it and say, okay, for better, for worse, for rich, for poor, until death do us part. But until God has worked out the kinks that I'm going through a little more clearly, as well as the kinks that whomever he has for me. Because I care a lot about you, but again, these could be the desires of my heart, not the desires that he's going to give me. So you just gotta stay tuned on that one.
Okay.
we gonna just.
So the book was put out when? When was the release date?
I finished the book. I finished the book on 8/5.
8/5. Okay.
Yeah, and got it printed up. But he gave me the assignment in 2019.
Okay.
So it took some time.
I remember he's talking about it at the job a lot.
I thought I was just gonna be able to put some stuff down, but I realized I had to grow and become a lot of what he was giving me. He was giving me a lot that I hadn't even grown into. So he had put me, to tell this and tell that. I didn't even have the courage. And then one day I said, I said, you want me to tell that? And that? And that? What is my mom and them gonna say when they read it? But he said, greater is he that is within me than he that is of the world.
Go ahead.
So
do y'all go to church together?
A lot of times.
Okay.
A lot of times.
I can't get off on Sundays, but Wednesdays we usually go to Bible study together.
That is awesome.
We haven't been actually.
Beautiful.
We haven't been actually in a minute, and a lot of it because I'm cycling now, so I ride bikes with me. She rides.
And I was gonna say, you have lost a lot of weight. You look good.
Well, thank you. I feel good. I just rode yesterday, and it's this thing called One Love. We're gonna get out of here but I gotta tell you about it. One Love, every year they have this cycling event, and thousands of people come out and ride. People come from everywhere. Just imagine, everywhere. And like big, I'm talking huge dudes on the bike.
That's inspiring.
I looked at this dude.
Nobody shaming over here.
No.
That's inspiring.
He went up this hill. I said, shh.
If he can do it.
You hear me? I got up that hill. I did my thing. I rode 30 miles one day.
You have the whole fit and the
yeah, I showed it to you. I got everything. I got the cleats, clamp on the bike. I got the helmet.
You serious, baby?
I'm serious, but I'm serious because I seen her do it. And I'm just like,
I just want to say, Sonya, you have come into this man's life and helped to continue to mold and shape him into an amazing person. So kudos to continuous development coming from
Yeah.
your mate.
Yeah.
When you can grow from the person that you're loyal to.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm hoping that she's able to grasp what I'm giving out just as well as I'm taking from what she's giving.
Trust that she.
You know what I'm saying? But I love it. Like, I love it. Like,
I
tomorrow.
tried to cycle once, but it was hurting my rear end. But mine wasn't like actual riding. We were cycling in the YMCA.
Nah, you need to listen.
And it was painful.
I'm telling you, get you a bike.
I actually have a $400 bike.
No, listen. This is a cycling bike.
I don't think it's a cycling.
Get you a cycling bike.
I got the bike that they had. The cops was riding in the airport when we worked in the airport.
Nah, that's not it.
Speed.
Nope.
That's what I got. So that's the wrong
No.
one. Okay.
You need to get a bike that's is like
For cycling.
For cycling.
Specifically for cycling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get you the kit. It looked like the wrestling kit.
Oh, I gotta get the outfit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
I have to get the outfit.
I'm gonna show when we get out. I'm gonna show.
Okay.
But basically, in a nutshell, riding gives me such just serene. Like last night, we rode 15 miles,
Oh, and
me and her, I'm riding, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like,
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing how she all the way at the front. I'm in the back, like
she real good.
But
you know what? I knew when I saw her. I said she do something because for those of y'all that don't know, Sonya is so pretty, and her body is so amazing.
she gonna get.
Yeah. So I just had to say that because a lot of people probably they wouldn't know because I've seen.
Yeah, that's because we private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And
Her body is tea. Her body is tea.
Well, you got to understand too. I wasn't. I'm picking up what's being given to show. Are you secure? Because you say you're secure, but are you really secure? Because you're really secure, you don't have to put me out there in front sheet to be secure.
Right.
That's what I used to do. Now, if you see, I don't do that. There's no reason to. My thing is, I had a podcast about it. After I'm talking, it was so funny because she's like, "Are you gonna talk about that on the pod?" No, I didn't talk about it as if I was talking about her, about what we were saying. I just brought it up as conversation,
Right.
to get everybody's round discussion. And she was like, "You are something else." But my thing is taking real life events and giving it to the world. I'm not saying I'm going through it. Like I ain't going through it.
Right.
But at the same time, I am. I just want to see what you got to say.
Right.
And if it aligns with the masses, then we got to take the masses.
Right.
The masses is, private. That's the best way to be. People are still going to get at your lady or your man regardless. They could be in Kroger's and be like, he could be walking by smelling like just $1 million and it's over. Not that he say he gonna go. I'm just saying that they're gonna try him.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it don't really matter. You know what I mean? Right. But anyways,
if you're secure, I want to be able to be. I want to have that level of security. I can be a little insecure sometimes, I can.
You gotta change it.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And we're gonna get out of here. I keep saying we're gonna get out of here, but check it out. Please, where could we pick up the book at?
Well, right now I'm still waiting. I'm waiting on some things I need back from Amazon.
Okay.
We're working out some kinks, but I have been just.
It's going to be on Amazon.
Old school distribution out.
Old school?
And I've been doing amazing.
Nice. How much does it go for?
The book is $20.
Okay.
And I've been doing really good. So soon it will be available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.
Okay.
But right now, and then I'm about to work on the Audible because I have a lot of people that want the message but don't want to sit down and.
So I'm going to put the book on my website. Put it on my Instagram. I'll do all of that and knock it out for you. And then at you, get everything situated. Where were you on IG? What are you doing?
I'm really just becoming.
What are you doing?
I'm still becoming.
No.
I'm trying. I have a page.
Wait a minute.
I have a page.
Okay.
My daughters do all of that for me.
Well, they need to.
They. I have a page.
Okay. Facebook.
So everything is under construction.
Facebook.
I do have a Facebook page.
Okay.
So I'm learning the power of social.
Where could they find you? If they want to reach out to you on Facebook,
baby, you can find me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, I'm all of that information will be, it's gonna soon all flow. But right now, they can follow my Facebook page because I actually minister the gospel
Where?
every morning at Sousearah Harris. That's SONSEAREAH. Last name is Harris. And my Instagram is actually attached to the Facebook. So everything I post on Facebook, they see on Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah.
Here's what my last words I'm going to say to you. And then you can give me some last words. My last words I'm going to say to you is you need to do a podcast. That's it.
Confirmation.
Ain't nothing else to say.
Period.
But no matter what happens, you need to just get on there and start talking.
Okay.
Whether you take a chapter out, talk about it, break it down, whatever it is, content is content.
Really fun. I was so nervous, but this is so fun. You know what? I get paid Friday. I'm going to get my setup Friday.
Get your setup. This ain't nothing, really.
And it's fun.
Yeah. You see why I do it? 5 years. I ain't get a lot of. I've gotten paid from this. Trust me, but not to pay that what.
But you
everybody else
flow with it though. You kind of I see.
It's 5 years. It's watch and I watched 9 podcasts a week.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm taking down what they saying.
You're doing your homework.
You see, like,
because when I first met you and the other podcast that I said, Rick. Because I've watched your whole set change a couple times. Mm-hmm. And it has never lacked interest in entertainment. All of that. It's always had that. And I said, Rick, you have something. So your cohesiveness with the people that you were sharing the podcast with and just how you do it by yourself, you got something.
I know.
So my final words.
Let me stop. I know.
My final words would be stay the course, keep going.
Stay the course, keep going.
I see it.
Okay. Well, listen, it was nice talking with you.
Thank you for the
hopefully,
prayerfully,
prayer that you come back again.
I will.
Do it again.
Okay.
And then as you're doing your podcast, you invite me on.
You know it.
Because you're going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
You said you had music.
A lot of music.
If you got a song, send it to me. I could put it on at the end of the podcast.
Done.
That's it. Listen. Giving a round of applause to make sure that everybody understands that we all need to take a bow at the end of the day. At the beginning of the morning, we bow to the Lord and pray, and at the end of the day, we bow to the Lord and pray. So take a bow. You've been cultured.
Nobody was counting us in. Nobody, somebody ain't want us to win. Nobody, everybody was blocking me in. Can't lose as we go for the win. Can't lose as we go for the win. Nobody was counting us in. Nobody, somebody ain't want us to win. Nobody, everybody was blocking me in. Can't lose as we go for the win. Can't lose as we go for the win. Haters to throw shade, see hating go both ways. A nigga to laugh, but I remember the broke days. A few niggas there when I had me a broke blade. They thought I couldn't do it, but they gave me the whole pants. Months to the game, but I kept on soaking. Wanna see me fail, but I kept on going. Striking every hit, so they think that I'm bowling. Niggas throwing shade, they be talking that whole shit. Make a nigga mad, I be doing my own shit. See, I make moves, but I constantly move quick. Better know the game, better study your rule book. Nigga diss me, then he getting his crew cooked. It's 2019, I hit you with new hooks. About to change the game, about to give it a new look. Drop finally over, so we on to a new book. Streets to the same, you be getting your jewels took. The streets ain't changing, you niggas be hating. Wanna see me fail, but they mad that I made it. Got the city hot, I'ma keep on blazing. Finally taking off, man, this shit is amazing. If you ain't tryna help out, what the fuck is you saying? Tryna get it back, why the fuck is you hating? I had to be humble and I had to be patient. Niggas doing shade while I'm giving you greatness, I'm gone. Nobody was counting us in. Nobody, somebody ain't want us to win. Nobody, everybody was blocking me in. Can't lose as we go for the win. Can't lose as we go for the win. Nobody was counting us in. Nobody, somebody ain't want us to win. Nobody, everybody was blocking me in. Can't lose as we go for the win. Can't lose as we go for the win.
Never thought I would win, thought I would lose, so they counted me out. Got on my grind, ink in the pen, trying to get my way out. Family and friends never held me down, and that's without a doubt. Nobody by my side. Take one phone call, think big, but you gotta start small. Real shit, can't run before you crawl. And they didn't wanna see me win. Said I failed before I begin. Cheap shots under my skin. Same bloodline, thought we was kin.
Nobody was counting us in. Nobody, somebody ain't want us to win. Nobody, everybody was blocking me in. Can't lose till we go for the win. Can't lose till we go for the win. Nobody was counting us in. Nobody, somebody ain't want us to win. Nobody, everybody was blocking me in. Can't lose till we go for the win. Can't lose till we go for the win.
They counted me out when I should've been him. Niggas, I thought that was down to the hand. I fed you like family, I kept you like kin. Now I'm pulling out 9 and I'm giving you 10. Locking and loading again. Drake said it best, I don't need no new friends. I'm stepping on necks and I'm using my Timbs. I'm shooting at faces, I'm hitting your rims. Snapping your necks, tearing your limbs. Feeding you crack while I'm stepping on stems. To sign the whole team, I'ma need a few M's. To sign the whole team, I'ma need a few M's. But times that by 2. Come from the hood, so you know what I do. Hang with the lions, I'm feeding the zoo. Call it a jungle, I call it the crew. I'm smoking no glue, throwing up hundreds and all of them blue. So is your face, I got the clue. Do what you do, I'ma do what I does. Fuck how you feel, I ain't showing no love. I ain't using the mask, I ain't using the glove. Might pull a KO, I might pull a snub. I shoot from the waist, I ain't losing that case. And they screaming my name as I walk in the club 2 times.
Nobody was counting us in. Nobody, somebody ain't want us to win. Nobody, everybody was blocking me in. Can't lose till we go for the win. Can't lose till we go for the win. Nobody was counting us in.